It's all change at the top of the individual leaderboard here at the European Eventing Championships, with Germany's Michael Jung and Fischer Chipmunk FRH breaking the 20 barrier to slot into first place. Michael has won 19 championship medals, including 3 individual European golds, but has yet to secure an individual gold medal with his current top horse. Riding as German's anchorman, Michael conjured a mistake-free test from his outstanding mover to score 19.4, with all 3 judges in agreement on his position at the top of the scoreboard after the first phase. Michael, stunning test, score of 19. How are you feeling?
Feeling very good. My feeling is very good. I'm very happy about Fischer Chipmunk. He was amazing to ride. He was super in the warm-up, in the preparation time last week. Give me a very good feeling.
Fantastic. And what were the highlights in there for you today?
He was very calm. In the beginning he was a little bit tense, but that's the reason why I went in so early, that I have a bit more time. I think that was very good for him. And then when I went into the test, and he felt perfect. The highlights, I don't know, for sure the canter is the highlight from him. Every test is a bit different. And the preparation sometimes is different, the competition is sometimes different, so it's always a new game, a new start, and you have to see, okay, when you're in the end you have a bit more information from the riders in the beginning, but it's always new, and it's the difficultest thing to have the horse powerful but also relaxed on the other side. And that everything works like you wish, it's not always. I think the walk could be better. He was a bit long and low in the neck and the connection was not perfect. But yeah, that's what I mean. It's difficult to have 100% like you wish.
The British squad has continued its strong start from the opening day, holding the next 5 places as well as 9th, meaning that all British riders are inside the top 10 after the first phase. Reigning badminton champions Ros Cantor and Lordships Graffalo were the penultimate combination into the arena, slotting into second place. In the team standings, Britain is in provisional gold, with Germany in silver and Belgium in bronze.
Yeah, I'm absolutely over the moon, of course, with Walter. It's been a very long wait for me these last 2 days. I don't think I've been very easy with Ian Woodhead, my trainer, yesterday and this morning, but when I got on today I felt much better that I actually had a job to do at last. So I couldn't be more delighted with Walter. I think I was looking back when I had so much time on my hands, looking back at old videos from the spring when we were building up to badminton, and I can't believe how much he's come on even from then. He's truly an amazing horse. I'm very, very lucky to have him. Absolutely, yeah. I mean, when you think back to last year and even the start of this year, he was a 10-year-old, so physically he's a lot weaker than the horses that are hitting their teens. And I did have to give myself a bit of a reminder yesterday that, not to have too higher expectations and to stick to the process, and remind myself that actually he's still a horse that physically isn't fully matured yet, and I was to stick within the boundaries of what he was capable of. But actually, he gets stronger all the time. Little things like his changes are getting better and better. His halts and his rein back were a real weakness last year and the start of this year, and this summer they're just really starting to feel like they're getting very consistent. So, really exciting.
And of course, I remember speaking to you at the start of the season when he ran at Thorsby and saying how important it was to educate him on, softer going. Then, of course, winning badminton, which was a soggy one. How important is it, do you think, when you're coming into championships like this, given the weather and what it's doing today, to have had those experiences?
I think it's very important, not just for the horse, but also for the rider and the rider's mentality. It's something that we've in the Brits have had to cope with a lot this year, and we've almost been able to override the talk on the ground and things like that, and actually we've ridden in this going so many times that hopefully we can stay in our own bubble and concentrate on our job. And we've been very positive as a team so far about the course. Our course walks have been extremely positive. There hasn't been too much talk about the things we don't like or the ground that we don't like, and I think that's really good for team spirit. I definitely think certainly his right to left change definitely in a place like that could definitely be better. They're not. It's not always regular yet, but it's getting much better. Everyone thought they were a bit harsh on my first centre line today, but I think I took it a little bit early because he was ready to stop early, and I got to the point where I couldn't keep going much longer. So there's little things I would tweak for next time, but on the whole, I think our training's just gradually going in the right direction, which is what I'm really pleased with.
British individual riders Tom McEwen and JL Dublin, the horse who is reigning European champion, having won the title in 2021 with Nicola Wilson, were Friday lunchtime leaders and now hold third.
Oh, he's just simply stunning on the flat. He shows a real story in there. He captures the eye, fills the eye, he swings through, and yeah, to be honest, bar the tiniest few things, he was absolutely excellent.
What were the tiniest few things?
Probably like the halt before the rain back. Thought I was alright, and then he moved, and I was like, oops, can't move it anymore. But no, delighted. I thought the changes were a serious highlight, and as per usual, that extended trot. If we could do 5 more of those, I think we'd be in the lead by a little way. I think whether we're due rain or not, I think it's soft. I think a lot of it will be made time-wise in the first few minutes, if I'm really honest. Okay. I think it's a tough loop, and then you can get into a system. I think they built a beautiful track. Not what I was expecting, but a stunning track. Like if I wasn't riding, I'd be quite happy to go and walk around the whole course. But I think there's plenty of places you have to be on it the whole way around. I mean, a corner into water, that doesn't happen too often. There's so many questions out there that you just need to stay on your game, feel where you're going, and judge where you're at.
Laura Collett is in fourth with her triple 5-star winning ride, London 52, on a good score of 22.4, despite some pesky umbrellas.
Yeah, he was a little bit fragile. He absolutely hates umbrellas, and obviously it started raining, and as I went in he noticed where the umbrellas were, so he felt like he was very aware of that, which normally he's 100% with me in the arena, so had to try and coax him into remembering to listen to me and not think about where the umbrellas were. But he's obviously it wasn't his best test he's ever done, but I'm just glad it was good enough to be close enough. He doesn't really have too much of a weakness other than when I lose his mind, so he felt like it was fragile, and maybe felt more fragile than it looked, but I think his extended canters and his extended trots are always his kind of party piece, and he felt like he really showed himself off well in those.
How's he been feeling out here in the build-up to the test this week?
Yeah, he's been on really good form. With him, it's just about trying to keep his mind happy, and feel like we've done that. He's never going to love umbrellas, so I don't think I can really do anything other than just try and do the best we can in those situations. But he's come a long way. Last time there were really bad umbrellas, he totally lost the plot. So we're getting there. I think it's a proper track, more like a 5-star than a 4-star championship track. I think that dimensionally it's very big and square. Every fence is a big jumping effort. There's no real let up for the horses in energy wise, and obviously the ground's going to play a massive part, the hills, and I'd say it's probably not what we were all expecting coming to France. We were expecting a twisty, lots of skinnies and arrowheads and angles, but it's more like a kind of Bramham and Bicton, so hopefully our horses are used to those types of tracks and we can go out and do a good job. It's
been dry for most of this week and raining for the past hour. What, in your opinion, is the effect that's going to have on the ground?
I think it's going to have a huge effect. Like when we arrived here, the ground was seriously soft. It's dried all week, and we were hoping that it would continue to dry and we might have been okay. I think this is going to be a serious factor.
Thursday dressage leaders, world champions Yasmin Ingham and Banzai Duloir now hold fifth. Senior Championship debutantes Tom Jackson and Kappels Hollowdrift are in provisional sixth. I caught up with them in a separate video which you can find on the Horse and Hound YouTube channel. And Kitty King and Vondredi Beats are holding ninth. I also caught up with Irish team riders Joseph Murphy and Susie Berry.
It was difficult in there today for me with him. He's very spooky, and once we had an umbrella afternoon, it was always going to be a little bit difficult. And I probably didn't get to show my best work, really, how the horse has really improved, and I was really looking forward to this. But on a positive note, I was able to do a clear round, and he coped but it's a while since I felt that feeling with him, and definitely sort of down to all the sort of the activity, he struggles a little bit with that, but I suppose in 12 hours time we'll have forgotten about it and we won't be so worried about the dressage, so that's the positive, I think.
Is this an answer to Irish press, this wearing?
Well, even when you're Irish, I don't think you really wish for rain. When you get it, you deal with it maybe a little bit better than the others because we're so used to it, but it's going to be a tough day tomorrow, we all know that. It's going to be very tough, and we'll have to show a good attitude and look after our horses and see where it gets us.
Susie, well done. How did it feel in there today?
The trot work was really good. She's just a little bit tense in the canter work. I think she's quite excited about tomorrow, I'd say. I'm complaining now, but that's what makes her so good tomorrow. So I'm glad it's over, and she did try really hard. She just crept in a bit too much tension.
And tell me a bit about her and her personality.
She's quite feisty. She's a mare, so she would definitely, I ask her, not tell her. But she lives for cross country, and she's nearly full thoroughbred. So she likes to think forward all the time, and that's not the easiest maybe, and not maybe necessarily what I want in the dressage. But she tried really hard, and she didn't do a whole lot wrong. So I was relatively pleased.
And looking ahead to tomorrow, what are your thoughts?
It's very big, bigger than I expected, to be honest. This horse ran at Bramham last, and I'd say it's pretty similar with a few extra little questions. So I feel like it suits her, and I hope I'm saying that tomorrow. But I'm relatively calm about the cross country at the minute.
Head over to the Horse and Hound website for all the latest news and reports from here at Haras du Pin, where the European Eventing Championships are being held. And don't forget to like and to subscribe to the YouTube channel for more content.